Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to another session of the Realtor One. And I'm glad you guys are here. I genuinely mean it because the fact that you showed up today in this market, in this situation where what everything is going on, that already tells me something about you, that you haven't given up. You are still looking for answers, that you are still hungry, and hunger is where everything begins. I really believe that it's not about your responses or where you are currently. It's mostly about your resourcefulness, about how do you see your energy, your creativity, your focus, your heart, your mindset. And that is what separates the people who make it from the people who almost made it. In real estate in Dubai right now, those words have never been more true. Because let me be honest with you, this market is tough. Buyers are pausing, buyers are actually overthinking. Things are not getting better. After 28th of February, things have turned upside down for many of us, where we've got deals which are stuck in the middle. We don't know how to rescue those deals. Buyers are not finding the confidence to move forward. Sellers wants the same price what they were looking at, where they wanted to cash on a premium. So everything has changed. The market has become more uncertain. Like, I'll decide next quarter, and some days you hang up on the phone and you wonder, is it me? Is it this market, or is it just bad timing? And like, is it bad luck to be in this market? And I want to first tell you that I really believe in all of those who have showed up here, because I believe you're not here by accident. I believe that something in you, some voice, some instinct, something told you to show up today and to show up on regularly on all the ways where you can understand how you can do better. And I want to honor you for that. So, for the next 45 minutes, I'm asking you to silence the noise and close the tabs and just focus, because what we are going to cover today, if you apply, will change the consistency of your income, not someday, this season. I think every realtor in Dubai needs to hear this right now. People who are crazy enough to keep going when it gets hard are the ones who end up with everything. I'll say that again. The ones who keep going when it gets hard end up with everything. This market is hard. I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to tell you this is not. But hard markets do one thing very specifically. They just clear the field. The agents who were here just for a quick money, they leave. The agents who thought that, I'll just get people to somehow talk to them and they are going to buy themselves, they disappear. And the ones who stayed, the ones who use this time to build, to learn, to sharpen themselves, they inherit the market when it turns. And Dubai will turn. It always has. Every slowdown in this city has been followed up by a surge that made people who looked up like geniuses. This is not a city that gives up. And I don't think you are the one who want to give up either. So the question is this bad market right now? Or the question is, what are you building in this current market? Not the things that you cannot control, but things that you can. So I believe that the secret of success is learning how to use this pain and pleasure instead of having pain and pleasure use you. So right now, this market is painful. That's real. But the pain has a choice. It either breaks you or it builds you. So every single person in this room today made a choice, conscious or not, to let it build them. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. You are in the right place at the right time with the right intention. Now, a little bit about me for those of you who are joining for the first time, don't know me. My name is Aanant Bisht. I've personally sold over 96 million worth of real estate in Dubai as a realtor, made 2.4 million dirhams in commission in just 14 months. And here's what I want you to understand about those numbers. When I started, I was completely new to Dubai. It was a brand new country, no background, no clients, just bought my own visa, moved in with my family, had no network, nothing. Just mindset and belief and skill set. And that market was also slow, very slow. It looked a lot like this right now without the fear of war. I did not wait for the market to get better. I learned about systems, about how to help myself in that challenging market. And what I learned, I put it in a system, and I coach realtors and brokerages to grow. If you follow the systems what we are going to discuss today, your growth will become inevitable. I've also coached realtors who've gone on to achieve commission milestones they didn't believe were possible for them, not because I gave them some magic strip, but because I helped them build what they were missing: the mindset, the belief system, and an actual system where a structure where you can go on and don't depend only on luck or timing or one good month. That is what today is about: mindset, skill set, strategy, in that order. Because when mindset is right, the skill set becomes learnable, and when the skill set is sharp, the strategy becomes you can execute that strategy. And when all three align, your income stops being random and starts being consistent. So learn this: you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of the systems that you have. That is the theme of today. No system is going to be no sales. Build the system and you will build your income. So for the next 45 minutes,
Yeah.
I want you to be fully present, take notes, and most importantly, be open. There is a reaction button on the down. You can press that button, because the gap between where you are and where you want to be is not talent. It's not luck. It's not the market. It's a system. And today we'll start building ours. So let's go. Okay. So just want to take a quick check back on who's there in the room today. So if you already attended more than 5 webinars, please want to give you a shout out. Yes, Ripin, thank you so much. Ripin has always showed up, and I love what Ripin is doing with her work. Yasir, yes, okay, 5 plus. Sanjay, great. Sanjay, hi. Thank you for joining in all the time. That speaks a lot. Tilak, Vaibhav, okay. Alvin, Seema, I wish you all the very best. Maria, done more than three. Awesome. I hope you're getting something valuable from this. Alauddin. So if anyone has already closed deals in last few months attending my webinar, something that helped you close deals, if you can just type in closed or something, this will be, I would really understand where, how am I helping you guys. Okay, this is your second session. Okay. Okay, Adnan closed. Okay, yes, Adnan, thank you. Okay, was about to close a few, but it got closed. Okay, there's always a next time, Ripin. As long as we are there, we will keep moving forward. Okay, closed a deal with Miras. Awesome, Alvin. Congratulations. Okay, yes, I did close. Okay, awesome. Just want to take a in Nasir first session. Okay, new to the industry. All right, Nasir. Welcome. Okay, anyone else close deals? Close deal in secondary. All right, awesome. Mansoor. Okay, so shout out to those who've shown up more than 5 times. We are building mastery through repetition here. And congratulations to all of the realtors who have already closed deals. Kavita, I hear you. I'll take up the questions in the end. So just want to be present. To the new faces who are joining in for the first time, there's a chat box on the right. Please use the chat box. Please pay attention. This is for us so that we can all learn and grow together. And there is a reaction button. If something comes up where it feels like a aha moment for you, or you feel that this resonated with you in specific, please press the reaction button, and we will take it from there. Okay. So before we begin, we've already done our this thing in this month of March, which was just happened. How many of you closed A, B, C? Just so that I know where we are right now. Okay, A. Okay, anybody in B, C, D? Okay, mostly A's. B. Okay, yes, Adnan. Awesome. No, not in March. Okay, Sahil. Okay, congratulations, Sahil. Okay, great. So people who are with A, don't worry, you are in the right place. For people who are in B, you will learn a lot today in terms of how you can make it more consistent. Uh, Tushar, great. Okay. Okay, Anya, we'll look into this in the end, but thank you so much. We'll definitely want to get people who are into that D segment. Absolutely, I too would love to hear their experiences. All right, Fayaz. Okay, so first time. Okay, anybody here with 5+ deals here? Just want to take a note. Closed 4 deals, Alauddin. Awesome. Would you like to share your experience, Alauddin, just for the group, if it's okay with you? Alauddin, you want to take the stage?
Hi, Anand sir.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Very well. Congratulations
Actually,
for closing 4 deals. Yeah,
thank
if
you
you could
so
just
much.
share for everyone.
Actually, one of my brother, his name is Elton. He suggests me to attend your seminar, so that's the reason
Okay.
I was attending, and this is very helpful for me. And I closed
Mhm.
4 deals in off plan. Like first, I closed MR in August month, 3.6 million for a 2 bedroom. After then, I closed Samana. There is one more developer, forum developer. So I was taking like follow up from last 1 years. So client is not
Okay.
answering my call. Still, I was taking follow up. So I can suggest you, if your client denying I'm not interested now and then, but I can suggest you take a follow up, send some messages, and send some like, if like अगर उधर कुछ भी फेस्टिवल्स वगैरह आते हैं, सो हम उनको सेंड करते रहते हैं, मैं करते रहता हूँ, फॉलो अप लेते रहा। फिर एक दिन उसने मुझे कॉल किया और मुझे बोला अलाउद्दीन लेट्स मीट एंड आई जस्ट वांट टू इन्वेस्ट सम मनी, सो बोला ओके नो वरी। सो
Okay.
आई कैन टेल
So,
यू
so
वन मोर थिंग कि फॉलो अप
yeah.
स्ट्रांग होना
Anything you
चाहिए।
close? Bilkul. Follow up, Shaunash. I absolutely endorse with you and congratulations for this. Alauddin, did
थैंक
you
यू।
close any deal after in the month of March? Uh,
नो नॉट इन मार्च।
Not in March. All right. No problem.
या
No problem. Wish you luck. I hope you have some follow ups going
यस
on.
यस यस यस
Awesome, awesome. So I think today's session will be valuable for you. We'll
यस
just take some notes, understand, and in the end we have a Q and A, and let me know what you learned from it and how you can implement it. All right.
यस
Okay. So I'll just move forward with this. Thank you so much for sharing. And next time onwards, we'll take in for people who've closed deals as well in the current month. Okay. So let's begin with understanding, and let's be honest, some months you close big, some months nothing moves at all. Okay. And some months feel very lucky, like, wow, like the whole universe starts backing us. And some months feel absolutely dead. Okay. This is all realtors journey. Okay. And I have personally been in all of this, so I understand, how the highs come in and how the lows come in. And sometimes you're like, I'm going to sell 200 million and I'm going to make 5 million this year, and suddenly then, when last minute deal starts happening, even if I just make 200, it'll be good. So this is not a market problem, it's basically a system problem. This is what we are going to learn today, that what is the system, where does that leak starts happening. So let me tell you the truth. Most realtors think that they have a lead problem. They think, if I just get more leads, my business will grow. But that's not the real problem. You don't have the market problem actually. You don't have a competition problem. You have a structure problem. Because what happens right now is leads come in, but there is no system. Some leads get answered late, some get followed up once, and then they are forgotten. Some look interested, but they disappear because there was no process to move them forward and there was no follow up process. And slowly, without even realizing it, you start leaking opportunity every single day. Not because Dubai has too many agents, not because the market is impossible, and especially in this market, like where so much is happening and people are asking, I'm willing to buy for a 30% down or 40% if you get a better deal, 40% minus OP. There are loads of queries right now of different kinds which we've never seen before. But it's not that the people have lost interest in Dubai altogether, but because the problem is the clients are not bad. It's not because we are not able to answer the objection. It's because the business is running on reaction for most agents, not on structure. And that is why you have random leads, that is why your follow-ups are leaking daily, and that is why your income is actually broken every month. And that this is the painful part, where there is no structure. You cannot predict anything. One week you feel confident, next week you feel stressed, one month you close a deal, next month you are chasing, hoping, waiting, probably panicking, having anxiety, stress. This is not business. This is basically survival. And if you stay in survival for long enough, your confidence will drop, your energy will drop, your standards will drop. And when good opportunities come in that energy, you're not in control enough to convert them. So understand this, no system is equal to no control. No control is no consistency, and no consistency is no growth. And if you want to fix this, you have to fix the structure so that you can keep working hard, but you will never feel powerful without the structure. That is why today is about getting you more. Today is not about getting you more busy. It's about getting you more organized, more intentional, and more dangerous in the marketplace. Because you're not broke because you lack potential. You are inconsistent because you lack structure. And if you get the structure, there is no way you will not make the money. It is just a matter of time. So this is what we will be learning today, and this is what I want to bring it to your attention. See, what's happening is, top realtors don't rely on motivation. If the problem would only be competition, if the problem would only be that the market is absolutely dead and nobody is interested in Dubai, that would be a totally different story. But it's not true. Then what is the solution? The solution is simple, not easy, but it's simple. Okay, you need a system, because the moment you have a system, everything will start to change. You stop waking up and guessing what to do. You'll start changing that in terms of putting random energy. You'll stop relying on motivation, and you start operating like a professional. A real system gives you three things. Okay. First, it'll give you clear daily actions. Second, it'll give you follow up that converts, like no more random check ins, no more weak messaging. Like Alauddin just shared here that, I've been following with one client for a year. If he has a system of following up hundreds of clients for a year, and probably in 2029, if he reaches and he's just working on that system, like it'll be probably 50 deals he would be doing in a year. Okay. Because there has to be a consistent income growth structure. No more losing hot prospect because there was no structure behind the conversation. Like when the client becomes hot, there should be a way to capture that clients. So that is how you will become consistent, and you will be able to predict your income. Not your month is no longer based on bad luck or good luck. It will be based on process. And when process improves, your confidence will improve. And when your confidence improves, conversions automatically improve. This is what top agents understand. Okay. And this is what we will be learning today. So once you understand this, you'll stop being a realtor who hopes, you will become a realtor who knows. And this is when the business starts to feel powerful again. So the part is not about learning new things, it is about learning the right things. But before that, we need to understand what are the stages we go in as a realtor. Okay. And these stages are something which, if someone has started up from, journey from zero, you would understand this, that this is what this journey has been for most of for most of us. Like uh, we've gone from survival, making zero to 20,000 dirhams a month, where then stability came in, where we had a structure. We were making 30 to 50,000 dirhams a month. Then we started becoming successful, where few months we started getting 100,000, then 30, 40, then 100,000, then 30, 40, then 100,000. And then that scale started coming up, where we were doing a million plus, and then 2 million to 5 million. That is the real freedom that we are looking at. Because if we can get that freedom, it changes everything. Now, on a million dirham plus, you're no longer just selling, you are operating, you are leveraging system, processes, position, and it is repeatable. This is where business starts becoming bigger than your personal hustle, versus someone who's stuck in 30 to 50,000 a month, where agents has a proof that they can earn, but they are still dependent on only effort, mood, and individuals and luck sometimes, which shows up, or some lead somebody gives them. But the real goal for all of us here should be freedom. And that is between 2 million to 5 million per year, where you are no longer surviving month to month. You are building a machine. you have a brand, you have referrals, you have predictability, you have control, and most importantly, you have choices. And agents who make this money, generally, the moment they scale to a million dirham plus, they structure themselves and start having their own brokerages, start scaling their systems, and then they're looking for a bigger freedom so that they understand the process and they just want to scale that up. So the question is not whether these stages exist. The real question is, which stage are you in right now? So ask yourself, what must you change for you to move yourself to the next level? Nobody jumps from survival to freedom by accident. That jump happens through structure, through systems, and through your identity. And through learning how to operate like a top producer, not just think like one. So I want to help you to identify your stage, understand what is keeping you there, and show you what it takes to move up. Okay, so this is where the whole structure comes in. Okay, just so that I know you guys better, who is in which structure, if you can just put it in DM. Anyone who is in the second structure and gone to the third structure from first to second, just so that I know the room here. Okay, first, great. Second, Lalit. Okay. Allowing grade 3. Okay. See, many of you are, that is perfectly fine. The idea is all about jumping to the next one. Charu said 3. Awesome, Charu. Okay. So, Charu, are you following a proper structure for getting these deals regularly? Just so that I understand you better, if you could just take the stage.
Yeah, I have, a structure that I follow. So I have been working very closely with, collaborating with a lot of partners who keep giving me
Uh-huh.
recurring leads. So
Okay.
partners would be somebody like mortgage companies, and of course, it works on referral basis. So of course, there is a lot of profit sharing, and also, but then of course, you keep getting regular leads, which keeps the business going. So that's really worked very good for me since the start. I started the company 1 year back, and
Uh-huh.
it's going well. Even at this time, we are getting leads, but of course, the conversion rate is a little bit slower than usual. But it's
Mm-hmm.
it's still coming. Of course, like how if for example, I was getting like 5 from each partner, or but right now the number is a little bit lesser, and conversion time is a little bit longer because again, people are in the wait and watch stage where we are having lot of conversations with them. But of course, the momentum is going, we're building a lot of pipeline. And right now also, another structure that I have is I have a lot of data. So like community
Okay.
data and all of that. So I am leveraging on that because I've started doing WhatsApp campaigns on them because I want to. And of course, there were other sources where I collected the data from. So we are like collating all that data and trying to leverage that through WhatsApp campaigns. So that is something that I'm working on since the last 1 month, because right now everything is slow, but the pipeline building is still going stronger. That's what we're doing as a company.
Uh, can
Awesome.
I
So,
have a
Charu, thank
question,
you for sharing.
Shadow?
Yeah, sure, sure. Tell me. Go ahead.
So you usually partner with the mortgage organization and you offer them,
Yes.
for example, a referral fee, correct?
Exactly, yes, that's right. So, the idea here is to have more partners so that you keep getting leads, because if you have more partners, then even if everybody gives you like five or ten leads like per partner, then of course the number of leads that you're working on is more. And the good thing is that those are like sure shot leads because they're already pre-approved clients. So even
Yes,
if if yeah, go ahead, sorry.
but they are proceeding with the mortgage because they are already working on a property, no?
No, so see, here the correction is that some of them, they already have, some of the mortgage companies are already offering mortgage property advice, but most of them don't want to get into property because there's a lot of, because there's a lot of work to it. So they definitely are open to the idea of having like property consultants who can help them, because they don't want to do it every day because it's a lot of work, and they're, as it is, the mortgage process is very time consuming. So one mortgage deal, like it literally takes about a month with the correct process that they follow. So that is something, of course, we have to identify. So that's what we've been working on, to
Okay.
collaborate with more partners. Yeah.
I have two more questions, please. For the
Sure,
WhatsApp
sure.
campaign, for the existing data owners, I used to even send messages, but I'm having it get banned from the WhatsApp
Yeah,
because
correct. So,
there is a
there
limitation.
somebody gave me a insight for that. So you cannot send the same message to all. There has to be some differentiation so that you don't get blocked. Because once the Meta realizes that you're sending the same text to everybody, it happens with us also. Like
Yeah,
once we do like 75 or 50 messages, the WhatsApp is blocked. But there, the catch is that you have to have some kind of, differentiation between the messages so that it doesn't look like bulk messaging. And you have to use like different tools for that. So we are
which
using AI
tool?
Sensi. AI Sensi, there are a lot of them actually.
A
So
lot
you can
of
go
tools, yeah.
online and yeah, you can go online and have a look at them, and they're pretty good actually. So you can do that as well.
So,
But
so
I
I
in
also
didn't
in
get.
this, can you just help us out? So sorry to interrupt. Like in this, can you just help us out with the AI tool which you
yeah,
might
yeah,
be
yeah. I
recommending
will, I will, I will, I
us
will put it
to
on the
use for
chat.
the WhatsApp marketing?
Yeah, I will put it on the chat, and maybe you can explore them. So this is something that's really like helping us. And also like WhatsApp messaging and all of that is also, another good thing is that earlier when we were doing like WhatsApp messages and we were doing like calls for listing, we were not getting as many listings because the market was booming and the sellers were not ready to negotiate or listen. But now every day I'm getting one or two new listing to list on, because now people really want to actually list their properties, and they're actually wanting to do it for rent or even for sale, even though they're like, and then we're boosting them on by youth. So that's what we are doing.
Just
So these
another
Awesome.
little
question,
things are
please.
helping. Yeah, tell
We'll
me.
Uh,
we'll take the questions. We just have 45 minutes with us here. Okay. So thank you so much, Maria. We'll get on the questions. But Charu, thank you for sharing this so much. I really understand, that the mindset that you have. And thank you for, sharing your experience, because this is exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't have a system, how do you do it? You will always be in the survival mode. People who are in that one level and the second level, the reason why you're not in the third and the fourth level, because you have not built a system to scale, build a system where your income can become consistent. And what Charu just shared is like so valuable for, so many people who are attending here, that once you know that you can get leverage in the marketplace through using multiple tools, you can actually start, becoming more productive, more meaningful, rather than just getting glued and be in that freeze zone, that what's going to happen in the future without taking corrective actions. Okay. So
Thank you, Anand. Thank you. Really means a
thank you,
lot.
Charu.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing this. Yeah. Okay.
Most
Okay.
welcome.
So see, this is what we are talking about here. Once we understand that why we are not getting those systems in place, you need to know that it is not because you don't have an opportunity. It's because nobody is really wants to teach you this. Most realtors don't stay stuck because they are lazy. Most realtors stay stuck because they keep trying to reach to the next level with the habits and thinkings of the current level. That is why you're not able to go from one to two. Okay. And this is what we have to learn today. Because of survival stage, agent chases everything. Every lead looks important. Every client feels urgent. Every day feels reactive, not productive. So instead of building power, you are building mental pressure. And some agents move into stability. What does stability looks like? The stability is now they are working harder, earning a little more, getting some traction, but they're still dependent on mood. Okay. You are not dependent on a process, you are dependent on some random opportunities. Okay. So then comes the success part, and this is where people get trapped, because now they are making money, but the business is still depends on them for everything. This is they are following up, they have a process. Okay. And they have the energy, they are also the brand themselves somewhere, because they are taking all those decisions. So yes, the income goes up, but also the stress goes up. And that is why most people never reach scale, because scale does not come from doing more. Scale comes from becoming more structured. Okay. Becoming more disciplined, more intentional, and more system driven. Okay. And freedom, when you get into that 2 million plus story, is not just high income. Freedom is where business stops owning you. Freedom is where your results are no longer held together by pressure, memory, or last minute effort. Freedom is where you know where how to leverage whatever you do. So this is what the whole structure looks like. And that is why when we say why most agents are stuck up, most agents are stuck up because you are into that zone where you are overworked, you're grinding 7 days, you are mostly into that whole reaction story. There is no delegation, there is no structure. So just so that you've already taken scale here, okay? But one thing that you would want to change to move to the next stage, just so that I understand you better. If you can type in the chat, what is it for you? You're in stage one. What do you want to do so that you get to the next level? Okay. Yes, Adnan, it's 4 to 5. We are working on it because we are just going to break it out today for you guys and we're going to put it together. How do we do it? But what do you think so far? What is the one thing you would change to move to the next level? Get more discipline and structure. Thank you so much, Sky, for sharing this. Okay, consistency. Okay, awesome. Seema, discipline, consistency, structure, become more organized. Thank you, Sabina. Have a protocol for the day. All right, I love this. Lalit, be more consistent, calls, follow up. Okay, and probably put it in a structure. Okay, delegation and accountability. Awesome. Not giving up, Henrik. Thank you. Plan execution. Awesome. So this is what we are trying to do right now. We are just dialing, maximizing to reach. Okay, so develop a follow up system again. Okay, great. So this is absolutely very important because what happens is to grow you don't need more effort, not more. Before you can have more calls but same results. After you have a structured daily system, you have more hope based follow up. Here you have tracked every lead and deal. Oh, you're coming on the 15th, let me reach you out on 15th. Hi Mr. Prospect, you said you would be reaching Dubai on 15th. Are you here? I just wanted to check with you. I hope everything is fine. As we discussed earlier, can I schedule a site visit for you at the sales center? Blah blah. We are just structuring everything. Not random income monthly, it's predictable monthly income because now you can have a whole funnel working with you. And the moment you start doing that, that is where everything changes for you. Because, on the bottom level, every realtor, I'll simplify this game for you. Because when most realtors are struggling, they think they have 10 different problems. Okay. They think the issue is leads, market, clients, follow up, or probably competition or content objections, timing. I mean, like loads of things. But in reality, almost every struggle comes back to these three core problems: leads, sales, and mindset. Right? So let's talk about leads first. The problem number one is leads. Not just getting leads, but getting consistent pipeline. Because many agents are not building a business, they are waiting for random inquiries. One message from Property Finder or Bayut, one referral from someone, one lucky conversation. Okay, that is not pipeline, that is dependency. Because you don't know who's going to send what, so you're just dependent. Someone is going to do something and we just keep looking. The second problem is sales. This is where deal starts leaking daily, not because the client says no, but because there is no system to move forward. Nine, I think 83%, I've got the data, don't have a CRM, no structured follow-up, no real sales process, no interest is there. But so sorry, the interest is there for many clients, but conversion is weak. Why? Because there is no CRM. There is no way how you track those numbers. Many brokerages even give CRMs to their agents, but we don't use it. Okay. So coming to the last part, that is the mindset. Okay. This is the biggest problem. This is the hidden problem actually, because even if a realtor gets the lead and even if they have few sales skills, they still lose if their confidence is inconsistent. Some days they feel powerful, some days they doubt themselves, some days they follow up boldly, some days they hesitate. And that inconsistency creates self sabotage, it creates patterns that quietly destroys performance. So, like when you really look at the business, it comes down to this: if your leads are weak, your pipeline is weak. If your sales process is weak, your conversion is weak. If your mindset is weak, then your execution is weak. And this is why your beliefs are so important. If you don't believe that you can build a system and you can build a consistent income in Dubai, you will not be able to do it because the belief is not there. Belief is the seed. If you plant apple seeds, you will get an apple tree. If you want oranges, plant orange. Don't plant something else and look for something else. It's not going to happen. So the breakthrough is this: you don't need to fix everything at once. You need to fix the right three in the right order. Okay, understand this. Mindsets, mindset is the root of everything. If you have belief and you don't have talent, you will still do more in life than if you have talent but you don't have belief and mindset. You don't become a millionaire by someone giving you a million dirham today. You become a millionaire by first believing that I'm a millionaire. And when you believe it, you will find opportunities to become one. So, mindset. And when you have the right mindset, then you can create leads and you can create a sales process which will create revenue for you. So, for you to fix all three, you don't just have to improve. You do not just survive. You do not just get motivated for a week. You have to become someone who works on yourself to learn this. And I'm going to give you in this webinar what is it that you should be doing. So no point pipeline is no opportunity, no process is no closing, and no mindset is no consistency. This is the whole game. Okay, and we are just learning this game because from today onwards I want you to start thinking differently about how do you look at your real estate business. Okay, so just for me to understand the room here, what is holding you back the most? What do you guys think? What is holding you guys the most? Is it leads? Is it sales? Is it mindset? Or is it all three? And thank you, Ripin, for sharing this. Thank you, Lalit. And also in one sentence, if you could just put it down, like, Ripin, like why it's blocking you? Like, why is the mindset blocking you? Why is the leads blocking you? Or why is, Pradeep, thank you for sharing. Okay. Why is it blocking you? Because if you don't know why it's blocking you, you will not know, not able to figure out. Okay, thank you so much, Seema, for sharing this. Lubna, three, all three. Okay. Okay, Lalit, negativity, giving up soon, no motivation. Okay, thank you for being vulnerable, and many people resonate with you here. Self-talk or surrounding. Okay, Gitanjali, leads, because mostly both sellers and buyers are the biggest of segment to watch, and they are waiting and watching. Okay. Okay, innovative thinking, lack of motivation. Thank you. See, this is all real. This is for all of us. We are all struggling with this because if you don't understand what is blocking you, that is the biggest block. And if you're not open to understanding this, how are we going to get out of this? Okay, so leads plus sales plus mindset is the consistent income. Okay, if one of these break, your income breaks. If all three keeps working together, you build a unstoppable momentum. All right, so what is the reality, Dubai market reality? Okay, only one of three out of 100 leads convert. Okay, average time is 4 to 6 months where the attention comes in and it goes down to buying, someone taking a decision. Okay, there are 18,000 plus active agents and 60,000 plus. I would not say full RERA license, though we've got some data, but I would still say probably they had taken RERA before, they did not renew their RERA. So, it's the whole data there. Okay. But I would, rather than putting 60,000, I would now only call 50,000 agents are there in Dubai. 10,000 people have packed up their bags already. Okay. This is Dubai market reality. These are the leads. We get 25 responses, 8 people are interested, and 2 people are finally buying. Okay, and total agents can be so many, but the top 5% agents are only 3 to 5,000 at most. Okay, so this is Dubai market reality. One out of, okay, we have different opinions on that, but this is what's happening. So what I want you to do is, I want you to understand that you don't control leads. Sorry, if you don't control leads, you depend on luck. And this is what we want to break the story today. Because if you first understand, let's look at the first pillar, okay, the leads part. And I want you to understand this: if you don't control your lead flow, you don't control your business. Because the moment your business depends on random inquiries, random referrals, random calls, random portal leads, your income becomes random. This is why this is such a big problem in Dubai. There are 50,000 plus realtors competing for attention, okay, and they are selling Dubai. It's almost the same, similar clients and same opportunities. So if you're showing up the way everyone else is, there is no difference between you and them. You're entering a crowded race with no systems behind you. And this is where most agents lose their power. Because according to this slide, 83% of the agents have no consistent lead system. Think about that. That means that most people in this market are not growing through design, they are surviving through chance. One good month by chance, one referral by chance, one closing by chance. Zero clients are owned to you without a system. Nobody owns you a lead. Nobody owes you a lead. Nobody owes you attention. See, I'm just putting the pain
जी
in front
आयुष
of
क्या हाल है
you. If you don't understand this pain, you will not know what to do, why to change. Because if you don't control your leads, eventually you'll always keep depending on luck. And this is not what we want. Luck can make you money once, but it cannot make you money consistently. So the agent who controls the lead flow actually controls the income. Okay. So this is what we are doing today. So where do the top agents, realtors get their leads? Okay. This is a question we want to understand. The answer is simple. Top agents don't rely on one lead source. They build a system around three pillars. Okay, one is organic. Okay, like how Charu also shared that we get leads from mortgage owners and from WhatsApp groups, communities, WhatsApp blasts, getting references from other people. That is one part. That is organic lead generation. So that is very, very important. This is also where your content plays a big role. How many of you have still not started creating content? So your content, your referrals, your reputation, your presence in the market, this is where people this is where people start seeing you consistently. They start trusting you, remembering you, and eventually they start reaching out to you. So organic is powerful because it builds long-term authority and it makes you known, it makes you visible, it makes you trusted, it gives you the market, it gives the market a reason to remember your name. The second pillar is paid. This is ads like portals, campaigns, anything where you put money behind attention to generate immediate pipeline. Paid leads can be fast, but if there is no system behind them, they can become expensive noise because it doesn't take much. You just press a button and Instagram gets you a lead. Now, the moment that leads come in, Instagram sends another 20 more agents who are looking for uh, similar advertisement. They send it to the same buyer because now Instagram feels that, oh, he's interested in buying a property, let me show them more. And they get more people, and the person who's viewing, if he's genuinely interested, he'll press one or two places more. Then there is a lot of competition immediately before you even called up the lead. Okay. And then so that is part about the paid promotions. Okay, now coming to pillar number 3, that is demand creation. This is the game changer. This is not about just posting content. This is not just about running ads. This is where you build a strong niche authority, such a clear position, such a trusted message that clients start coming to you. Not because you chase them, not because you beg for attention, but because of your brand, your message, your authority. It created demand in advance. And here's the one big mistake most agents make: they only use pillar one, maybe one portal, referrals, or Instagram, and then they wonder why the growth is inconsistent. But top agents understand this, that one lead source is risky, two is better, three creates power. That's why the best agents or the people who run brokerages or even the top brokerages, they focus on all three: organic, paid, demand creation, like doing an offshore event, going down and doing events in multiple places. What are you doing? You're creating demand. You're going and addressing Dubai and then you're pitching. Okay. Because when all three work together, you don't just get leads, you build leverage. Average agents wait for leads. Top agents engineer the lead flow. Okay. And I hope you're getting some value from what we're just discussing right now. Because if you don't understand this reason that your leads, your pipeline is leaking, you will never be able to fix this up. Because the real power is not knowing these three pillars. The real power is knowing how they work together. Like organic builds trust, paid creates speed, and demand creation is the multiplier. So when all three starts working, you're no longer depending on just one lucky source. And once lead flow becomes predictable, sales become predictable, confidence becomes predictable, and you can plan better, you can, spend more, and your growth is more predictable. And isn't that the real goal that we started this business altogether? Not for random leads. So if you're serious about scaling in Dubai, stop asking, where can I get the lead today? Start asking, how do I build a machine that keeps producing opportunities every week? And this is what the whole structure looks like. And once you understand this, you will stop waiting for leads. How many of you are creating content which creates demand? Just so that I know you here. 1 out of 100. Okay. Trying. Okay. Any of you who's not started creating content? Just started. I started. Okay. Yeah, I know. Then thank you for sharing this. Yeah, me. Okay. You haven't started ripping. It's high time. You have to start. There is no negotiation. If you want to get into that freedom level, this is your identification. Like, I just want to tell you guys, the people who are here in this survival, okay, they would be the people who would have not started, who would be not caring much about content creation, creating demand. Are you understanding what we are discussing here today? Because if you don't understand, the whole point is not about, running through the webinar just like a webinar. It's actually about training you. Because if you don't understand where we are lacking, you'll not know what to do. Does it make sense? Got it. Okay. Okay, Lalit, you're not creating. AI calling system secondary. First, you should know what the pitch has to be. You can get the AI calling system, but the AI calling system has to be fed the right scripts. That systems are weak. Otherwise, nobody would be calling today. Okay, so this is important. I'm just taking care of the looking at the time and just being mindful of it. So I'll just move in quickly. So where do your leads come from? Is it random luck, referrals, paid ads? For you guys who are here, just so that I understand the room, and I will design something for you guys. Okay, B, C, D, no clear source. Yes, Arman, where is your lead coming from? Okay, portals. Okay, mostly portals. From content, who's this? Okay, sorry, your name is not mentioned here. Mac. Okay, BNC. Okay, BNC. Okay, Kinza. Okay. All right, Kinza. Yeah. Great. So, I've gone through your profile. I think what you're doing is pretty decent. You just have to do more of it if you want to really scale up what you are doing. Okay. And you can monetize it much better. Your content has a pull. You can monetize it much better. Plus, get more systems in place so that you start moving better. Okay. Cold calling. Great. Okay. So this is important. Okay. When we understand this. Now, why good leads die? It is the sales leak. Majority of people are not using CRM or a tracking tool. Okay. They're not even maintaining Excel sheets. They are using a diary where sometimes they forget and they don't open it and they don't actually track it. And they depend on memory that, yeah, no, I know I'll follow up with him. And that follow up never comes. Even if you write it in an Excel sheet, we don't open that Excel sheet every day. And this is where we lose millions in commission, guys. Millions. I have been that journey. Okay. And I'll be honest with you. Initially, I never cared about, where those leads I'm speaking to. But you need to start doing this, especially if you're doing calls, if you are, getting some DMs. If you're not going to track them, how do you reach out to them? You'll never be able to move forward with that perspective. Okay. Second of all, creating demand, having an offer which you can explain in 30 seconds. So if you're a specialist, you should be able to create an offer or suggest an offer that is, so I'm speaking XYZ developer, I'm a specialist there. And then you explain your offer that I am, Danube has launched Villa Community. This is where people will want to raise their families. It comes with this for people who would want to XYZ. So, what is the client you're serving? What is the structure that you are doing? You should be able to explain your offer. 30 seconds is a start with where you get the attention, but you should know what you are doing. If not, then you are going to be losing deals. And also, once you are able to get the client, how do you keep the client is about influence, trust, and clear offer. So in the invisible influence mastery program, which many of you have taken, I think almost 1100 people have registered for that course and with me and gone through that course. You understand influence. How do we do that echoing? How do we be more consistent? Okay, so that part is important. This is where you build trust and you take the lead forward and you have the confidence in about what is it that you should be talking to those clients. Okay, so sales is an influence game. It's basically just three things that you need to learn. You need to trust, you need to have the clarity, you need to have your authority so that people trust their money with you. If you get this right, you will not have to worry about your closures. You have got the structure of leads, you have a structure of following up. Sales is just an influence game. You should just know how to speak to them. They will buy from you. And if they don't buy with you, they will be in rapport with you. You have a system to follow up, and then they will eventually buy from you. Okay. So has this changed how you see sales now? Like, do you see better that you need to do better full, following up, cold calling, closing, and building trust? Because if you understand this sales challenge now, if you understand this, where the market is getting leaked, you will know that, okay, why am I just dependent? Why am I getting stressed? Because I'm talking to one guy. But if I have a whole structure and I'm talking to people, where am I going to, you know, fall out? I won't fall out because I have a structure. Many of you mentioned here, like Tilak, follow. Yes. If you see, if he can just get the follow up right, we can do it. And Alauddin also shared in the beginning that, he followed up for a client for a year. Amazing. Okay, this is how we need to do this. Okay, closing. Okay, for closing, we've already got programs for cold calling, and I'm going to be suggesting you guys what exactly we are going to be doing, and then we come to mindset. Okay, I will be skipping this today just for the for time today. We've just gone a little slow today, so I'm just going to come to one part that you don't need more motivation. You need a system that works. And when you don't feel like working, the good news is that we are introducing a whole new structure about the Realtor One app. This is an app which we are launching very shortly. And this app is the solution. It is a system in your hand. In real estate, it's rarely a lack of effort that holds people back. It's a lack of structure. And most realtors are active, busy, and constantly doing something, but without a clear system. That effort doesn't always translate into consistent outcomes, and over time that creates gap, because between potential and and actual results there is this gap. This is what this app is going to fulfill for the realtors in Dubai. So instead of adding more activity, the real shift comes from adding clarity. And here in this app, it is not just another app or a tool. It is designed more like a working system, where a place where you can understand your current stage, identify gaps, like lead generation, follow-ups, conversion, and then you can move forward. You can learn all the program, all the courses are in it. You have a structure where you have a CRM built in, where all the follow-ups that needs to be done, you can do that follow-ups from there. It is also powered by AI, which we will be launching it. So you can just speak up that I met Mr. Prospect A. In 10 days, he's asked me to call back, and you leave that message and it gets stored in the exact lead flow. So when that day comes, you have a pop-up on the morning and you say, okay, I have to reach out to this person. Plus, in the time when things are not moving, how do you create content? How you do cold calling? How should you have a mindset? You have all those programs stacked up for you. So you're no more guessing. Plus, we are also looking to add up a complete structure where you can do a complete one-on-one with the app. You can talk to the app. Okay, I'm just going to get into a meeting, or I'm just going to call the prospect. He's already spoken to me once. Can I do a dress rehearsal with you? Okay, and you speak up with objections, and he's becoming pose himself as a prospect, and you can have a questionnaire going on, so that you know what you're speaking is right or wrong. Is this the flow right or wrong? So you are more powerful, you are more in control of how the conversation can keep doing this. Okay, so this will be launched very shortly. We've already put the registration in the Google Play Store, and for the APK, I think we should get an approval very soon. For the first 50 participants who join up this program, they will get a exclusive bonus, and also for the people who have already signed up with the cold calling program, you will get a special package. Okay, you are absolutely in the top of our list. We value your commitment in growing your own mindset and your own skill set, and I will be doing everything in my capacity to empower all of you. Okay, so thank you for trusting yourself, and thank you for trusting me in terms of taking those programs. I will be working with you in terms of getting you to the next level. So in that app, you will have the first access to that app as it gets launched. Okay, all right, so this is what we are looking for it. And then as it's going to be launched, I'll let you know in the group and everywhere else. Okay, so before I show you more, I just want to understand you. What was it for you today that resonated with you? Like, I realized I was missing something and I'm going to change, or the one thing that hit hardest for you. If somebody wants to take mic and just take up one or two questions, that would be great. Yes, Fayaz.
Hello. Hello, Anand. How are you?
Yes, very well, thank you for asking.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, Anand. First of all, great session. Very informative. So, in the slide where you were talking about where the top realtors get their leads from, in there, the
Yeah,
third point was demand creation, that is niche
yeah.
authority, right? So, can you please elaborate more on that? I want to know two things. First of all,
Okay.
how to find a niche when you have just
Mm-hmm.
started creating your content in your earlier
Mm-hmm.
stage of your content creation journey, and once you find that
Mm-hmm.
niche, how to double down on it and how to actually create a brand around it
Excellent
that
question, Fayaz.
that
Okay.
pulls attraction. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for asking. I think this will help others as well. Okay, so as the first part is about when you say that the demand creation, that is actually the most important thing if you want to stand out in the marketplace today, because you don't want to sound like everybody else is. Okay, so
Exactly.
my suggestion for you is find a area that you want to specialize in. Eventually, the market is going to shift. By June, July, things are going to be very different. This summer will not feel like summer. This summer will feel like hot with buyers coming in. I'm telling you this because the market would have started getting out of the pause zone. Okay, people will reassess what's happened, what didn't happen. Okay, so you need to become a specialist. Now, what does a specialist mean? Specialist means you identify yourself with a developer, or you identify
Okay.
yourself with the area. Okay, and you
Hmm.
become a master in that perspective. When I say master, it is about
Hmm.
giving more differentiation. So for example, if I take up this marker, okay, this is a blue marker, one person can say, but a specialist will not say this is a blue marker. This is a marker which can run for 90 days. It has a beautiful cap.
Hmm.
You can put it in your code. It comes in 5 colors, and it is a refill ink. It goes for 90 days without stopping, and even if you don't use it and ink doesn't dry up for 6 months, that is a specialist. It's the same marker.
Hmm.
The person
Hmm.
who can create more awareness about it will be differentiated. Your content strategy is similar. When you take up a villa, when you take up a project, what are you going to specialize about? So right now in the marketplace, you have to talk more about Dubai, because people have lost interest in Dubai with respect to
Okay.
the confidence of buying. So A, your content has to be on a macro level where you are addressing Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
Second, it has to be about your specific structure which you would like to suggest. So buyers who are looking between 2 to 5 million, what are the best
Mm-hmm.
options? Why this 3 million townhouse gives rubs why this 3 million townhouse is giving sleepless nights to people who bought a 7 million townhouse in XYZ community. Okay, because the specs
Okay.
are different. This is better, this is better, this is better, this is better. What are you doing? You are just creating, this is called creating demand. Am I making sense?
Mm. Yeah, it does. It does make sense.
Okay, so your specialization, this is the simple example I gave you, the way you do it. Like Ripin here, I
Mm.
would again take out Ripin just so that Ripin you get some more value. Like Ripin is selling Maidan. Okay, now she's a specialist in
Okay.
Maidan. She's chosen to be a
Mm-hmm.
specialist in Maidan. What is Ripin supposed to do to create demand for Maidan versus District 1 versus other areas, Dubai Creek Harbor
Mm.
versus other area?
Mm.
That is what is going to be her USP. If
Mm.
she can consistently create more content on that, so when a lead inquires, she can
Mm.
just send a DM and say, listen, why don't you just check out my profile? And it will have all the
Understood.
content of Maidan. So now what will happen? People will say, yeah, why was not thinking about Maidan? This is better priced. It is better area. There are smaller developers. There's more community feeling.
Mm. Okay.
Okay. So the whole perspective shifts. Am I making sense?
All right. Yeah, it does. It does make sense. Yes, you are. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. So I hope I've answered your
but
question.
yeah, you did. Just a follow-up question on that. So, in order to create awareness, you said person who creates more awareness is a specialist of a particular product, right? But in order to create
Yeah.
that awareness, you said specialize in one particular developer. But in general, to spread awareness about that one particular developer, I need to be very educated about four other developers as well in order to give that comparative analysis, right? So that when someone asks me, okay, why should I go with this developer, this area, then I should give them a comparative analysis
Correct.
for that. So basically, I
So,
need to know three or four developers very, very good and then specialize in
yeah.
one.
So see, Fayaz, if I were you to start today, I would not focus too much because I have to eventually sell as well. If I just want to make a
Mm-hmm.
million dirham, I have to sell
Mm-hmm.
10 units in 2026, 100,000 each.
True.
That's it. If I
Mm-hmm.
have to sell 10 units, I can just pick up a developer which has a bigger scope. I'll pick up Shobha, Demak, Emar, Nakhil, some of the top developers. Unless until,
Yes.
I have particularly interest on something very specific. Okay. I'll pick up
Mm.
those developers. I will go to their office. I will make their office, their sales center my office because I want to sell 10 units there. Somebody has got my million. Who's going to buy
Yes.
MR? I want
Mm.
to take it. The money is with the strangers.
Mm.
It's going to
Okay.
be coming to my pocket only when, because MR will sell 500 units every quarter. I want to be
Mm.
selling at least two every or three every quarter. That's my goal. So if
Okay.
that is my goal, I
Mm.
don't need to go to Shobha, the Mac, 20 other places. I'll just go there and I'll learn so much about it, so much about it.
Mm. Mm.
Okay. And then I follow up with the system. And that is why this
Okay.
app we are launching is going to help people because you have everyday meditations, you have everyday visualization. Before a meeting, when you go, should you tell yourself? Okay. How should
Mm.
you position yourself? How should you position your content in the AI content strategy? We are giving you structures where you can check what kind of a content you should create when you put your Instagram account. Okay. And we
Okay.
are creating a leadership board. We are giving points every day so that everybody is logging in from Dubai only for
Mm.
realtors, where you get 10 points, 20 points, 30 points. So we all know what we are doing every day. And then these
Mm.
questions come up. And when we keep
Okay.
doing it, for example, it's not one time sending a message in a community, it's not one
Mm.
time doing an event, it's about doing
Mm.
it consistently. So not buying
Okay.
about more leads, it's about
Mm.
being positioning yourself. Even if you get 5 or 7 queries and you are able to build along it, but you know so much.
Understood. Understood.
And then
Okay.
also one more thing I would suggest you, Fayaz, if you're starting new, when you become a specialist, join a brokerage which is a specialist.
Okay.
So if you have decided
Mm.
to sell Shobha, example,
Mm.
uh,
Mm.
and you only talk about Shobha, 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 Shobha. Okay,
Yes.
you've created content on Shobha. After 2 or 3 months, you will find
Mm.
brokerages there who are always focused on selling Shobha most. And when you
Mm.
tell them your CV is no more your CV is your Instagram account
Mm.
because you know so much,
Okay.
and you tell them, listen, why don't you
Yes.
just hire me, give me
Mm.
the leads, I don't have a structure today, but this is what I know about Shobha. If anybody knows better, it's okay.
Yes.
You hire them. Now you've got
Okay.
leads, you've got content, you've got specialization. All you need to do is go all in. This is what I did. I sat in MR. I learned everything from MR. Okay.
Hmm.
I closed, 18 odd million there. Okay. And then
Okay.
I understood who's the number one company. In 2018, DNB Properties was the number one brokerage, only selling MR, specialist.
Okay.
I joined them.
Okay.
They were not
Hmm.
looking to hire people at that time. There was a very small team of 12 people.
Hmm.
They said, we are not hiring freshers. I said, you're not looking for freshers. You're looking for people who have hunger in their belly. Meet me once. If you don't like me, just block my number. They called
Fine.
me, they hired me, we started working and we closed deals.
Hmm.
The idea is not about you need to become a specialist. You have a lot of value if you are a specialist, Fayaz.
Okay. Understood. Just okay.
Okay.
Until now, I wanted to know your opinion. Now, just a little question. I want an advice from you. So at this stage, I've been in this market for 6 months. Okay.
Okay.
From what I've understood now, that you are saying to become specialist in one particular developer, but what I am considering is to do same for three developers at least, so that I can switch and vice versa, and also I can give better comparative analysis in between. So at this stage, what do you think is better for me to go for just one developer, or I can work on
Okay.
three developers?
So I'll let Adnan answer this question for you. Okay, Adnan and me have worked together. Okay, I've been coaching Adnan. Adnan has already
Okay,
sold more than 700 million. Would you like to take this question? What do you think? What is the advice for this gentleman, Fayaz?
Hi, dear. How are you?
all good, Adnan.
So
How are
see,
you?
good. So Fayaz, my advice would be you can definitely go for three developers, but just
Hmm.
ensure that the positioning of their products is more or less aligned. So,
Okay.
for example, if you will see the Dubai holding companies, if you will
Hmm.
sell Nakhil and Miras, you will be more or less positioned in a similar, price point bracket, targeting a similar
Hmm.
segment of clients. So, Dubai
Hmm.
Islands. Then, on the other hand, you have Miras's Acres, etc. But then again,
Hmm.
you shouldn't jump into Dubai properties and do something like Villanova and those products aggressively. So you got my point.
Hmm.
You can definitely go for
Understood.
similar segmented developers.
Okay, so keep it in the same ballpark. Either two
Yeah,
developers, three developers.
correct. So you
Understood.
will also have a good variety of products. As an agent, of course, you should have that, and at the same time, your positioning to the client will become clear.
Understood. Thanks a lot,
Absolutely.
Adnan, and thanks a lot, Anand.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. All right.
Mm.
All right, guys. One more question before we sign out today. I think it's a long.
Yeah. Can I
Okay,
ask a
yes, Dr.
question?
Mustafa. Please go ahead, Nabil.
Yes. So, hi Anand. First of all, lovely time over here with you. So, I'm from Abu Dhabi, real estate, and I'm
Mhm.
here. So, this I really like the specialization part, and people have been doing this over here, especially the developer called Bloom Living recently. But in Abu Dhabi market, there is controlled supply. I think you know this. I have to move to another developer regardless because I cannot stick to one developer for a long game because there is no
Mhm.
supply. I have to move to some other thing, and how do I specialize myself in this aspect? Do I target an area or what should I do?
So for you, you target the niche about who do you want to serve.
Okay, so my client base
You can
could be an investor, a home buyer, or the capital level you're talking about, is it?
correct. So now, for example, now the specialization becomes like, do I want to focus on off plan or do I want to focus on secondary? See, what's happened is Abu Dhabi is late bloomer as compared to Dubai. Okay,
Yes.
but it is going to come in a very very big way because there are some
Yes.
amazing projects that are getting launched. Okay, and I
Mm.
personally feel as well that Abu Dhabi has a huge potential. The whole idea is about what is my goal. Your goal is not to sell a billion. The goal is to
Mm.
make a million, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your goal clear. Don't get overwhelmed. Do the structure what we've discussed. Get your leads in place. How do you do
Mm-hmm.
it? Create content, organic, paid. If you don't want to burn money right now, go down, spend time on LinkedIn, send 100 DMs. Why would you not want to do that? Go down to your this thing, comment on people's profile. Every day, start sending comments on people's profile. You get your story list clear.
Mm-hmm.
People are in the government, you want them to buy something in Abu Dhabi. Go down to their LinkedIn pages, create a list every day, Go down to their LinkedIn every day, whatever they have posted, just go and say, wow, what an amazing post. Great, amazing, Mr. So-and-so. You really talk about leadership. When you keep posting every time, it's like I'm knocking your door one day, you'll not open. Second day, you'll not
Mm.
open. Third day, fifth, 10th day, hey man, what are you, man? Amazing. Like, is there anything I can
Yeah,
do for you?
like a step
You,
by step
why?
icebreakers.
Yeah, rather than just thinking about and getting freezed on the headline, do this.
Done.
Am I making sense
Thanks
for
so
you?
much. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. You're telling me concentrate on the type of the bio that you're targeting.
Correct. Because you don't have that niche in, like, it's a similar story for even in a smaller markets like Qatar, where the market is very different. It's not about one developer story. Okay. It's
Hmm.
mostly about the buyer story. Like, who's the buyer who's coming in and how do I serve this buyer?
Okay, okay, understood. The buyer persona is more important for me. Thank you so much, Anand.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Vinit, please go ahead.
Hey Anand, my question is that in terms of managing the leads, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have leads over the 6 months and 12 months also. And earlier I used to engage them through broadcast and other WhatsApp groups, but all they're getting either banned or getting paid. The Meta is getting, asking me to pay a hefty amount now on my account.
Mm-hmm.
So how do I keep them engaged? I maintain Excel, I maintain CRM, but still
Mm-hmm.
there are chances, and I've spoken to a lot of people. Most of the people they miss out leads. It's not 100% success ratio, and there are times when leads get missed out. People get buy from somewhere else, or they lose the interest because they were not highly interacted or remained constant in touch with me or getting the information. So do you have an insight, or do you do as a best
So, Vinit,
practice?
yeah, Vinay, just so I understand you better, Vinit, like, are you creating content?
I am creating content, yes. Not regularly, but
Okay.
yes. Yeah.
Okay. So see, the irony is what that I want to sell you something which I don't focus mostly doing. I will never have that authority where you will buy from me. My authority, for example, I'm just giving an example. If you are a realtor and you talk about why should you do this, why you should not do this, why you should do this, why you should not do this is a good deal, this is a bad deal, this is a good agreement, this is a bad agreement. This is when people say, if you are a seller and you are selling a property, why is it a good idea to close your unit in 1 month? What can happen when you keep creating content around this? What do? You build authority, right? When you build authority, authority is not because of you. Authority is because what you have created. You will have zero authority selling cars, but if you do this and you create content on cars, you'll have authority in selling cars as well. Why am I telling you this? Is because when somebody is getting closed by somebody, what are they doing? These random listings, the random leads that you have got, you have to put them in segment. At least categorize them. Is it MR? Is it whatever area that you are suggesting? Okay, you can create buckets, and whatever content you're creating, you send them as a content structure as well, and you give them a follow-up hook. The hook must be missing in your content. For example, guys, don't buy property in Dubai till the time you know these 5 things. I've created a whole this thing where the areas, what is it happening, blah blah blah. Please send me a DM this so that I'll send you the whole report. It's a hook. If people are asking for you, it can be meetings fixed and it can move forward from there. But if you are not creating that kind of a content and authority, you will just keep playing catch up. Am I making sense for you, Vinith? That is the
Yeah.
key for you. It's not about that, you have to do more. The part is about doing right, even if it is less.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like, uh, I would like you to specialize on a area or become focused. Okay. B, create content and lead flow in that structure. So try doing it. Till the time you don't do it, sell everything. Once you start doing it, sell only that. Give all your leads to someone who's more specialist in doing that. Okay.
Okay.
And if you do this consistently, you will not only make more money, you will have a whole system where other brokers will start working with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so these are the 2 3 steps I would like to give you. Once this app gets launched, which is going to be in 10 12 15 days, okay, it'll really help you structure it correctly for your mindset, for your structure. Okay, and of course if you're using a CRM, you can go ahead and use that. But if you would want to, this is not a lead kind of a CRM, it is a very structured CRM. These are my 40 people I'm working with, 3 people I'm broken down into it. I need a follow-up reminder, how can I do it? And should I send them a WhatsApp, you automatically get an AI generated message that, okay, I would like to follow up. The follow up message is already created. You just send them the follow up. You follow up with them. How do you tap onto people? Whom did you have a nice conversation with? How do you reach out to? Just that. Very simple. Don't have to do too much. 15 to 20 closures, if you do from now till December, you are very well set off for this year.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to
Okay. So
add
go
a
ahead.
little
Hi.
something. Hi.
Yeah, sure. Please. Yeah, please go ahead.
So, like Anand said that, when you work with area specialists, I have personally, experienced that in my case because I do a lot of secondary. For off plan, I
Mhm.
mostly, kind of advise on EMAR and Shobha. But for secondary, I
Mhm.
mostly work with area specialists because I am not like a area specialist myself. So of course, because I'm not focusing on one different area as a realtor. So I work with area
Yeah.
specialists. What really happens is when you're working with area specialists, they have access to the inventory, which a lot of other brokers do not have. So they give you access to that inventory and they know exactly which is a good unit, and they actually can fulfill the
Absolutely.
exact requirement that you're looking for. So it's always very very advisable. Even if you cannot be a area specialist, you can still work with area specialists. So it really helps. It really helped me actually personally.
That is the way to go, Charu. That is the way to go. Thank you so much for adding this point. Actually, this is what, if you don't know, just create leads. If you're not getting that, just share it. But first get focused one place and create demand. All right, thank you so much, Charu. Yes, Camila, you want to just last question?
It was a very informative, lovely session. I missed the last one, but I will not for the next time. I have lost two deals. The one
Okay.
was just going to sign the SPA just because of this war situation. So, how should I tackle the clients? Because, most of them just went back to their country. So, I just need to know how to follow up with them right now
Okay.
and how to keep them motivated and optimistic towards the market for the next coming months.
Okay. See, the way you start doing it is again start talking and creating content around the macro reasons. So, what are the 5 macro reasons why Dubai has engineered its success? That is the focus area about tourism, tax efficiency. What is the reasons why people buy, don't buy? What reasons are changing for people for crime? There's so many other reasons for different countries why nationalities are moving in. Now, I don't know the specific case of yours, but to look into it, you can only do 2 things. You can keep the client warm. You cannot force the client to take a decision right now. You can only suggest them as the dust settles. As the dust settles, which should settle in a month or two, okay, these people will come back. And even if they don't come back, Khadija, focus
Yes,
on
yes.
creating and building a system, because once you build that system, these people eventually will come up, but your time will go a lot in terms of thinking and draining your mental energy. Oh, this guy did not buy. I wish he would have bought, and I would have got my 50,000 dirhams. Why is he not buying, man? If you keep doing this, you have no control over them. The only control is about what you can do right now. This is the hard
Yes, I
part.
totally agree.
This is the hard part.
So,
But this is why I'm doing these webinars, just to keep you guys motivated that, listen, this is the hard part. You have already signed up for this. You've already
yes.
signed up for this. But if you don't, give up now, you don't know how amazing situation you guys will be in, in September, October, November, December, by the end of this year, because you would have really built it up. This is that time for you. So this is what I would suggest you. Okay, because I would not tell you to lie, to tell them we can't do anything. We don't want to do any of those things. We can give them for their reason why they should buy. You can influence them if you know echoing and other things which we've already covered in the invisible influence program. Okay, and build your relation, keep a follow-up, create content, and deliver.
Thank you so much for this.
Yeah. All right. All right. All right, guys. Take care. Thank you, Dr. Mustafa. If you want to become a millionaire realtor like one, okay, awesome. All right. Thank you so much, Mustafa, for sharing this. I wish you all the very best, guys. We'll catch up next Saturday, and we will be also launching it during this week. So we'll share it in the group. Please sign up for the first 50, 70 people. And for the next time onwards, let your friends know, people who are looking to grow. We are looking to help realtors who can want to scale up their business and want to be here. So you can ask your colleagues, your teammates to join the webinar training. All right. Thank you so much. And if there is anything, you can send a DM. Dave is there to help you guys out. All right. All right, guys. Bye bye. Thank you so much for joining in. Bye, Adnan. Bye,
Thank
guys.
you. See you. Looking forward to the branding
Thank
toolkit.
you.
Yeah, branding toolkit, will share it on Monday. For sure.
Thank
We're
you.
working on it. Yeah, we will share it on Monday. All right. All
Bye.
right.
Appreciate
Bye.
Anant on your
Thank you
today's
so much, sir.
content
Yeah,
idea.
thank
I
you.
would definitely start working on this. Thank you.
Thank you,
Sure.
Mr.
Share
Anand.
it with Share it with Dave. Okay. If there is anything, he'll double check it with our team, and he'll give you some suggestions as well.
Perfect. Sure. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Excellent session. Thank you. Thank you, Doctor.
All right. Please. Thank you so much for joining in.
Thanks and
Thank you.
appreciate Anand.
Next is every Saturday, guys, 2 p.m. every Saturday. All right. All right, Sajjad.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thanks a
much.
lot, Anant and Adnan, for answering my question. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anand. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Anand. This is my second
Bye
session. I really
bye.
appreciate your advice.
Thank you so much, Gitanjali. Thank you. All right, guys. See you. See you. Bye. I'm signing out now. Bye.